Okay, now about the girl named Gabby that's missing, he's not talking, he's not saying exactly where he knows that she is. And instead of him dropping her off somewhere, they both have had emotional problems and anxiety and stuff. The guy and the girl both had anxiety and stuff. I think that they had a lot of tension built up from weeks and weeks and weeks in that van together. I think that he lost control and beat her to death. And he took her body and he freaked out and he buried her out in the middle of nowhere. And I don't think there's any chance of her being alive. I think that she scratched him and she went off on him and scratched him, and there's just a lot of tension in that van between the two with emotional problems that they both have. And I think he took a tire iron or something that he had and he literally beat her to death. He didn't mean to. It wasn't premeditated murder. It wasn't premeditated murder, I don't think. But I do think that he flew into a fit of rage because of all the tension they had between each other in that van with emotional problems and anxiety, the issues that they both had. And he just went off and he lost control and he beat her to death. And he took her body and he took it and he buried it. And he's not talking because he he killed her. I mean, he's not talking to police. He won't tell them where she's at. He obviously knows something because he's lawyered up. He won't say a word, you see. The police, he's just a matter of time before they catch him. And they put him in prison. But when they find out that he killed her, he's going to go to prison for a really long time. They're going to hang his ass for that. I think they'd probably try to give him the death penalty. Because I'm sure of it. He killed her. I don't know for sure, but it's just a guess, of Gabby, Because why else, where would she have gone? Out in the middle of nowhere by herself for 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, she talked to her mother. She talked to her mother a few weeks ago. And then she dropped off the map, and the boyfriend comes home by himself without the girl, without Gabby. Now he won't talk to the police. He killed her. There's no other answer. Because they both had emotional problems. They both had anxiety issues. I think they got in a big argument. And he was bottled up his rage, bottled up his anger with emotional problems. He bottled up his anger. Maybe he popped a pill or took a pill or something like that. They could have been using drugs. And he beat her to death. I don't think he used a gun. I don't think he probably killed her with a gun. And I don't think it was premeditated. I think that he killed her, he beat her to death. It was a crime of passion, of frustration, and anger, and that's what happened. So I'm not saying for sure what happened. We'll just let it play out over the next few weeks, and you mark my words. And you look back on this live stream, this video I made, and what I said, and you see what ends up happening in the future. See what happens in the future. And we'll see how close I am to the truth when they finally figured out what happened to Gabby. And you can know what I thought happened. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I hope nothing happened to her. I hope she's okay. But I'm just saying that's just my hunch. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, join the revolution. And I will catch you where the sun don't shine.